So when you're asked to represent a linear inequality on a number line, this is what it will look like. A question like this. And you're not able to, on this number line, draw x minus 1. So we can't draw x minus 1 as greater than or equal to negative 2. That can't be plotted. I need x by itself. It has to be in the form of an example like this. Well, that I can draw because I've got x by itself. So here we've got to solve this inequality. And just keep in mind, whatever you do over here in this middle part, you want to do over here and over here. Well, to get x by itself here, we can cancel it by adding 1. And if we add 1 here, it's going to cancel the minus 1. You know what the way of thinking about it is negative 1 comes over the inequality. It's going to become positive 1. But if I do it on the right, I must also do it on the left here. So we do it to both. We're going to add 1 to both sides, or it's going to become positive when it comes over. So on the left-hand side, we're going to have negative 2. Minus 1 is going to come over and become positive 1. Is greater than or equal to. And in the middle, we've taken away this negative 1. So we're going to have x by itself. But we must also, on this side, add 1 here. So we added 1 to both sides to get rid of this negative 1 in the middle. So now I've got just very simple, negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, simplified. And 3 plus 1 is 4. So now what I've got is x is greater than or equal to negative 1, less than 4, and we said it's the element of integers. And this I can plot on a number line. I can draw it. So if we're going with integers, we're going to use dots. And so our dots will look like this. Let's just get a bigger pen. Our dots, x is greater than or equal to negative 1. So it can be negative 1, can be 0, can be 1, can be 2, can be 3. But it can't be 4 because x is less than 4. Let's do another example here. In this case, we're given 2x minus 1, and we told it's the element of natural numbers. Well, I can't solve 2x minus 1. I've got to get rid of this minus 1 in the center. And again, we're going to add 1 to everything. If we add 1 to everything, sorry, it skipped there. If we're going to add 1 to everything, then on the left-hand side, I'm going to have minus 5 plus 1. Right, keep in mind, I've still got 2x there. We'll deal with the 2 in a moment. And on this side, I've got 1 plus 1. Alright, so let's go with that. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. We've still got 2x. And 1 plus 1 is 2. But we still have a problem. I can't plot 2x on the number line. I have to plot x by itself. So to get x by itself here, I'm going to divide by 2. And if I divide by 2, that's going to leave me x. But we said what you do to one side, you do to the other side. Or in this case, you do to everything. We're going to have negative 4 divided by 2. And we're going to have 2 divided by 2. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now I've got x by itself. And say that it's the element of natural numbers. I can plot this on the number line. To do that, I can read the sense part. X is greater than negative 2. Well, the numbers greater than negative 2 are here. They start there. Those are getting bigger. Those are the numbers greater than negative 2. But because it's the element of natural numbers, the natural numbers that are greater than negative 2 but less than or equal to 1 is simply 1 itself. Oops, it's not drawing nicely. Because if it's less than or equal to 1, it includes 1, but it can't include 0 because 0 is a whole number. The only natural numbers less than or equal to 1 is 1 itself. Now that's quite tricky. You might need to watch that a few times to wrap your brain around that. But the natural numbers are all these numbers. And this says x is greater than negative 2. So greater than negative 2 is negative 1 and 0. And less than or equal to 1. And there's 1. But only that is a natural number in that sentence. Let's do one last one. We've got 3x minus 2. And we said again, we can't solve 3x minus 2. We're going to start by moving the numbers, take away that negative 2 by adding it all the way through. So on this side I'm going to have negative 2 plus 2. Still got 3x in the middle. We'll get rid of the 3 in a moment. And I've got 4 plus 2. These plus 2's, oops, not that minus, that plus 2, that plus 2, all come from taking this over to there and taking it over to there. And let's simplify that. Minus 2 plus 2 is 0. We've still got 3x. We said we'll deal with the 3 in a moment. And 4 plus 2 is 6. Now to get rid of the 3 here, I'm going to divide by 3. Dividing by 3 is going to leave me x by itself. But what you do to the one side, you do to the other side, or in this case, we do it to each of them. And 0 divided by 3 is 0. We've got x by itself, and 6 divided by 3 is going to give me 2 here. Alright. We look, x is the element of real numbers. So I can plot x by itself. X is greater than or equal to 0, but less than 2. It is the element of real numbers. So we draw a line from 0 to 2, and x is less than or equal to. So if it is equal to, we draw a solid dot, and if it's less than 2, it doesn't include 2, our open dot. Remember, we're drawing a solid line here because it is the element of real numbers. Alright, go through, see if that helps you. Practice what we've done in class.